Facebook Live, YouTube, what's going on, everybody? Woo!
Never seen the thing peak so bad. Like,
I'm excited.
You are.
Are you excited?
Oh, desperately.
Jay, lame as usual.
That pretty much. Hi, everybody.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing tonight? Hope you are well. Go down in that lower left-hand corner, click that share button. Let's get some folks up in the house tonight. Drop in the comments where you're tuning in from, what kind of kayak you're floating out of. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Quick news on the Clash of Clubs event. When you guys go into Tourney X to sign up, you register as an angler. Then you have to go to your dashboard and click create team or join a team. So if your team's already created, you could just click join team. Whoever your team captain is should go ahead and create that team. But just quick little tidbit on that, because I know the team thing is kind of new for some folks. There was some confusion there. So if you go into your Tourney X dashboard, just go to, you'll see on the dashboard, there's a little thing that says create team or join team. So make sure you do that when you sign up. Dale Hollow's coming up. You excited, Jay?
Yes, sir.
I feel like I was just there.
Yeah, mainly because we were.
We got Richard from Eastport Marina in the house. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Rich?
Dude slaying the smallmouth down there. Made us all look like chumps.
Showing off, man.
Yeah, show off.
It's funny. He like pointed you like one direction and went and caught fish the other.
Right. He's like, come on, I'll take you guys all to the fish. Yeah.
Yeah. You make a great guide one of these days, Rich.
No, actually, we all caught fish down there. And I know I've done a few podcasts this week talking about it. And the bite is really heating up there. All of us caught fish down there and on many different kinds of baits. It wasn't like the fish were picky. They weren't lockjaw. I will say most of them were males. We were fishing shallow for the most part. But we got one of the guys from down there in the house.
Do we? Wonder who that could be.
The Federale.
Yeah, the Federale. Everybody put your stash away.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Mr. John Rapp in the house.
Hey, wait, I can't see you guys. I thought this was something live, you on camera where I could see you, but so I brought my beer goggles too. I thought maybe it'd be something I could use.
I really like the filter. It really does a lot for you.
How you like that?
I would like to go the rest of the way today like this.
Hey, you didn't complain last weekend.
No, I didn't. But I had somewhere to run then. Now I got to stare at you. Whoa.
Oh man. Welcome to the show, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to be here, brother. Good to be here.
We got to hang out with John this past weekend down at the Yak Gadget Pro Team meetup down there at Eastport Marina, man. We had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna have some of these guys coming up over the next couple of weeks, but we wanted to get our friend John on here and chat a little bit, man, because I know the one night, the three of us were sitting at the table having a conversation, and we were talking about like how you got into kayak fishing and things like that, man. And I think I was like, wait, we got to save this for a podcast, because it was good stuff, man. And you're from West Virginia. You're doing a lot of cool things out there, helping run your club and stuff out there. So first and foremost, man, just give everybody a little background on you, where you're from, and what you're fishing out of, man.
Well, Brian, I started back in 14.
He's an OG.
Yeah. I mean, when think about it, I guess Tourney X came out with their numbers. When they come out with their registration numbers. I'm number 88, so I've been around since all this stuff got started and got going big. But me and my wife Beth, we had one of those pond crawlers. It was a two-seater, 10-footer, and that got us started going out into these areas. And I got a hole in it, couldn't fix it, so we started looking around for alternatives. And just happened to be 15 miles down the road at Ace Adventure Gear. It's a paddle shop. They had all kinds of mostly whitewater stuff, but they were starting the fishing gear lineup. And we bought a couple of Feel Frees, and we've been in them ever since. So that's the real short story of it. Now, we started fishing with a club called Mountain State Kayak Anglers in 14. And our very first tournament, there was like 17, 20 guys, something like that. Beth, she won it. She won the tournament. So,
that's awesome.
Then the Denver from Feel Free reached out to her when he heard about her winning. She was fishing out of one of the old Mokins. And he offered her a slot on the team. The following month, we did another tournament, and we tied for second in that tournament, and she beat me with the big fish. So, and then he called me and asked me if I'd be interested. So I said, well, hey, yeah, it's pretty cool. And so we've been on the team now, both of us, for going on 7 years.
So you've basically been in a Feel Free since the start, huh?
Yeah. I've been with the guys from Feel Free from the beginning, and as they've expanded their lineup, they created the Big Fish series. Now they got the Sea Streams, and they also have the Johnny boats. I've fished just about out of everything except the Johnny boat. So, matter of fact, I just got a phone call from the guys down in North Carolina today. We got one of those brand new pedal drives, the Big Fish 103s.
Yeah,
it's getting shipped out of here for Beth to use. So we're going to get that Yak Gadget baby fit. We're going to rack that baby up some all those new products that you and I got to test this weekend.
Yeah, that was super. Yeah, that was super cool this past weekend down there at Eastport with all the Yak Gadget guys and. Seeing some of the cool new products that are coming out, some coming up. We just did a podcast at release this morning. I did with our guys on the Final Cast. You guys can go back and find that and watch that. But we talked about some of the new stuff, the new phone holder that's coming up, the rod stager, paddle stager, and a couple other things. And it's pretty cool, man. John Thomas down there. Shout out to John. He's one of our sponsors of the podcast and our trail series, and he's doing some cool stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy works his butt off. I mean, I know we all kind of joked about it, but we made our way back to the marina and we're like, where's he at? And I think it was Charles said, I think he fell asleep in his kayak.
No, he was back there. Me and him were fishing together all the way in at the end when y'all blew by us real quick. So, I was the only one out there really without a motor except for Seth. And he would go, John would motor ahead and fish, and I'd be up there with that pedal drive just to kick him to catch up to him. And But it was a good time.
Yeah, man, it was definitely a good time there, Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, two more.
Two more,
baby.
I think I'm good for like the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Inside joke. But yeah, man, it was quite interesting, man. And to take it a step further, like your background is law enforcement, man. First and foremost, just want to say thanks for your service to your community and all that good stuff, man. You were a state trooper in West Virginia, correct? For 20 years, was it?
Yeah, just over 20. Yep.
So,
yeah.
I mean, if John's ever written you a ticket, I apologize.
Yeah, like I somehow get the feeling that if you could make him laugh, he'd definitely get out of that ticket.
Well, that, Jay, I told you the secret earlier.
Yeah.
All you have to do is do that for me, like you did down at the big house there a couple of weekends ago, and
So
we're
weird.
good to go, baby.
Why do I feel so uncomfortable?
Hey, man, he's a feel-free guy. He's a feel-free guy. He goes along with McKinstry.
This is true, dude. Like, you know what? Now I get it. I totally get it.
And you know what's funny is John sent me a text, and he was like, I just listened to that McKinstry show. We're going to have some fun on Thursday.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, might get a great job.
Yeah. You guys are really good at keeping it weird.
And Richard's also chiming in, and he says great goat stories from John as well.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, we can't tell you this story. Sorry, everybody.
You have to catch John. You have to catch John in a tournament.
Or run into one of us at the tournament.
I think Richard he didn't like my story too much because I think he had a goat just right down the road. I think that's why he drug us up the river about 4 miles and looked at us and says, "Have fun paddling back."
Yeah, that's why he kind of ducked out a little early. He's like, "Oh, got to go back to the marina."
It's like, oh man, I thought this was what? Like your punchline's really weird.
I was talking to Beth there a couple of nights ago, and I was like, we ought to go down to the paddle and fin event down there in 2 weeks. And she's got to work; she can't get off. But I'm going to track down a couple of guys and see if we can get a couple of West Virginia boys down there.
There you go, man.
We need to make sure that we get all this stuff shared. And I'd like for you guys while we're on here to talk about it. Some I know you talk about it with other audiences, but it's really nice, being from seeing stuff from a tournament director and somebody who's started a club and run tournaments and everything. And, we had that conversation. It's really nice that you guys, and I applaud you because you're not just doing it in one state, where you can contact people and set up things a county away. You're doing things from state to state, and that's kudos to you for doing that. But share that with us, Brian. I mean, tell us how Paddle and Fin is doing it and where you're going, because I'm really, really hoping that my boys from the West Virginia Kayak Anglers and people in West Virginia are watching this show, or they'll go back and watch it later and learn a little bit about what we're doing, what you guys are doing.
Yeah, man. It's been a long road. We started planning this stuff last year. We took a trip down to Eastport. Richard was graceful enough to have us, our whole paddle and fin crew down there. And, we had talked about having a big event at the beginning of the season to kind of kick everybody's seasons off, right? Like obviously down south, those guys are lucky. They got warm weather all the time. So some of those seasons have kicked off, but for the rest of us, April's usually that month where everything kind of kicks off. And the KBF National Championship used to be at the beginning of the year, and that got moved back to fall. So, we saw a void there, right? And so we're having a big open event and what we call the Clash of Clubs down at Eastport Marina, which is on Dale Hollow Lake, and that's a bucket list lake for a lot of folks, man. And it is beautiful. And that Eastport Marina location is it's beautiful. There is the marina, but where we're going to have check-in and stuff is going to be up the road, which, John, I don't know if you drove up there, but it's called the farm at Eastport Marina, and it's a 90-acre farm. They got this beautiful building. If you live in Tennessee and you want to get married, like up in the hills, like beautiful
That's
setting, like
definitely the place to go.
Yeah. Like don't tell my wife, but 10-year anniversary is coming up. Maybe I'll take her down there and we'll get remarried or something. John, you could be my best man.
I'll do that for you, baby.
I was waiting for Jay to be like, what am I, chopped liver?
Sounds like I got to sleep in.
But regardless, the location's beautiful, man, and there's plenty of room for folks to spread out, and the folks at Eastport Marina are awesome. From Richard and his son who run the marina, and the ladies that run the restaurant, like the whole staff there is just amazing.
Yeah, it's off the hook.
Yeah, man. And the marina is a kayak dealer now. They're selling Vibes, new canoes and boat stand-up paddle boards and stuff like that. They got rentals and things, and they're really wanting to be a part of this kayak fishing community. And they've done some stuff with some other folks like JL Folks, country music singer, who we've had on the podcast before. And that's kind of how we found out about Eastport. And for our big event, we wanted it to be like a centrally located location. And, it was a no-brainer after we went to Dale Hollow the first time and stayed with those folks. And, we had a conversation with Richard, and he's like, let's go, let's do this, So we have the open event, which is April 9th and 10th. It's $100 entry fee, which is low cost. And, we just got called out, dude. Richard said we keep leaving his wife, Wendy, out. Dude. Well, tournament might be canceled now.
I don't know what this Wii stuff is. I didn't say anything.
Yeah. See, all the blame gets put on me because you never talk. See?
I mean, you know what, though?
Thank you, Wendy. We appreciate you. But $100 entry fee, 2-day tournament, 5 best fish both days, tons of cash. It's 100+% payback. We've had some amazing sponsors step up for this event, including Eastport, the cabin rental company down there. We got we got Yak Gadget is one of our sponsors, Pelican Coolers Cases, 153 Baits out of Ohio, Bioeno Power, Rocktown Adventures. The list goes on.
Yes, sir.
So they've stepped up.
The guys that want to come down, that they're coming down just off the cuff, because we just get close. Is there places at the farm for them to camp?
Yes. So Richard's got camping set up for you folks. Just contact Eastport Marina. Go to eastport.info. That's their website. Jay will drop that down in the comments right now, along with the Tourney X link. Right, Jay?
Right, Brian.
But you can also call the marina. They got camping set up totally cheap. It's right there at the location. I don't know if they have any cabins left available. I believe there's maybe a couple of houseboats left where he's renting out rooms in the houseboats that you could stay on right there on the marina. So they also have food packages. Like if you guys want to get like your sack lunch made, dinners, stuff like that, you can reserve your spot for that too. which is totally cool. So we have the Open. First and second place are going home with fully rigged out new canoe kayaks, plus whatever cash prizes. There's no Tourney X fees taken out of the prize pool, no PayPal fees taken out of the prize pool. And then on Sunday, we have the Clash of Clubs. So, if folks from, John's club or whatever grassroots club across the nation, grab 3 of your buddies from that club, form a team, sign up on Tourney X. It's $75 a guy, which equates to $225 a team. And if you win, you get bragging rights for the best grassroots club in the nation. I mean, who doesn't want that? And then the individual angler with the best limit, 5-fish limit that day, will also win a kayak as well.
That's pretty sweet. I mean, giving away 3 kayaks for 2 tournaments, you just can't beat that. So,
Richard just dropped in the comments. You could also go to eventbrite.com, go to the eSport tab, and you can sign up for camping and food there as well.
So, for you guys that don't know much about Dale Hollow from West Virginia or anywhere, I want to tell you the area that we fished. I guess that's the Obey River. Is that what that's called?
Obey River.
Mm-hmm. Obey. Okay, Obey River. Now, Dale Hollow is a Corps of Engineers type location. For us West Virginia guys, we know what that is. It's a lot of rock. It's closed off. So. You can't camp right on the water or anything like that. Marinas are spread out, but I can tell the guys if they're considering fishing that area down there, the most comparable lake that we have to it is Bluestone Lake. If you fish Bluestone Lake, you go down to Dale Hollow, you're going to have a fish it like that. I think you'll do real well. And Bluestone's also in our area, guys. It's part of the New River. And it's also a Corps of Engineers lake. So, but and I know you guys have talked about it. Most of the fish that we caught were male fish. A couple females were caught, but just mostly males, and they were biting everything we threw. No specific type bait. They were being caught on chatterbaits, Senkos, TRDs.
TRDs. Yeah. Yep. I caught some on some Kayak swim baits. I mean, it was like anything and everything. They were just chomping, man. They're getting ready to, and that was the thing too. I think Jimmy was talking about it. We caught a couple fish that just reeked. Those males get that smell to them, like they're ready for some eggs. Like a teenage boy.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that sounds like a teenage boy we had down there too.
Yeah, pretty much Jay's son. That's
funny.
But yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. Ton of cash prizes, giveaways. Like there's going to be live music. There's going to be vendors there with product for sale to check out. Richard's got demo boats if you want to try out some boats. A lot of the paddle and fin crew is going to be there. I mean, a lot of our hosts are showing up. I think all but a handful or less than a handful are coming down, and they're going to be there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to the Paddle and Fin page, myself, Jay. If you know John can get you in touch with us, things like that. But it's going to be a pretty cool event.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that from what you guys are telling me, it's going to be really squared away. And I think that the anglers that show up and see what you're going to do, which we, of course, is still top secret from what I understand.
Top secret. Top secret.
I mean, you guys.
No spilling the juice, John.
No, I'm not. But they're going to be really, really pleased with what you do for them as anglers. So.
Yeah, I mean, all the events will be live streamed. This has always been a platform by anglers for anglers. We talk to everybody from the little guys like Jimmy Skinner all the way up to, see that, what I did there, little guy?
Yeah.
Jimmy Skinner.
I like that.
all the way up to, you know, some of the biggest names in the industry, you know, and it's it sounds like it's going to be, you know, a pretty great turnout. We've already got people signing up. Henry Vegan's in the I probably butchered that.
Speaking of a big name right there.
It's probably Veglin.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry, Henry. Henry V is in the house. He says this sounds like an amazing tournament, guys. Get signed up, bro.
I'll pick you up on the way through, Henry.
Yeah, there you go. Get a free ride with Mr. Rapp. He'll drop a couple bars for you.
Yeah, I would highly encourage everybody that is thinking about signing up to sign up. Listen to what I'm saying. Sign up if you're going to sign up.
Just saying.
There might be something. You never
some
know.
Incentives.
There's a little, I mean, you know, I know how we are as kayakers. Sign up right now. Get your name in there because we're going to have a cutoff we're not telling anybody about.
For something special.
Yeah.
Get that leave slip put in.
Yeah. That means for the teams too, man. Get that all set up.
Yeah.
It's important that you do that. Yeah, like I said, and then you'll be rewarded.
Yeah. I like it. Good job, Jay.
Hey, no problem. I'm going to be quiet now.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Just saying.
It's true.
But, you know, obviously we got a trail series that follows. This is the Open. You know, we have a Midwest Trail Series. We'll be kicking off right after that, end of April in Indiana. May, we are in Michigan on the Coldwater Chain. Then we go up to Wisconsin for the Madison Chain of Lakes. And then from there we go down to right out our back door here to the Fox River in Illinois. And then over to Toledo, Ohio. And then our championship is on the mighty Mississippi River in La Crosse, Wisconsin. So that's the other thing too, right? Is anybody that fishes the Open, I believe top 15% are going to qualify for our championship in La Crosse.
Yeah.
So, which is going to be another great event. And, you know, trust me, there's some things in the works there as well. So don't miss out on your chance because you're going to have to qualify for that event, the championship, that is. It won't be an Open, so to speak. And if you've never fished the Mississippi River in La Crosse, Wisconsin, or been there, like, it's absolutely, you know, Dale Hollow's beautiful. So is that area. I mean, the two are kind of similar, but the Mississippi River, man, it's the mighty Mississippi, you know.
It's a place to be from what I hear.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that is for sure. But I mean, just to give you guys a little payout schedule there, you know, if we get 100 anglers, first place is going home with 3,500 plus a brand new kayak. 150 anglers is just under $5,000, and if we get 200, it's just over $6,000. And then second place as well, you know. Second place, 100 anglers is $1,800 plus a kayak. Like, yeah, I'll take that any day.
I don't see any losers in this.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
And then
I was watching the weather too. It looks like it's leading up to be a beautiful weekend too. Absolutely.
And then Clash of Clubs, 50 teams, first place teams taking home $4,400. That's like $1,500 an angler for a $75 entry fee. The ROI on that is pretty ridiculous. And then if we get up to 70 teams, that's $6,000. Each guy's going home with 2 G's.
Yeah, just think you can justify that to your wives now, finally. You know, it's like, see, honey, there is money in this.
Hey, Brian, Jay, also, you might want to let everybody know that just because you're just, you know, more than one team from one club can come down.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If you guys got like a group, like I know we have a club here in Illinois, Southern Illinois. They rented a cabin. They got 6 guys going down. So, you know, they can form 2 teams. I know there's a couple other clubs. I got a message last night. You know, there's a club, they got 2 more teams. So that's the thing too. There's not a restriction of one team per club. So, the way we looked at that is the more the merrier. Let's get as many people down here and have just the best of times. It's with what last year brought us and dealt us, like we need this.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And like we've stated before, if you're worried about COVID stuff, like, the restrictions where we're going, they're not too heavy, but there's plenty of room for everybody to spread out and not be on top of each other. That's the other great part of that farm location as well.
Yeah, it's 90 acres. It's huge. It's beautiful out there.
Huge.
Yeah, huge. It's man, I don't know. I'm from rooftop land, so when I go out there, I'm like in awe. And I know Brian's always sick of hearing it. And I want to move everywhere I go besides here.
Jay's lived a sheltered life.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, man. There's just too many people and too many houses around here. But I mean, it's just so gorgeous. I mean, it really is. And again, like Brian said, if you're ever thinking about renewing your vows or getting married or remarried. Or some other
just
occasion.
Going on a family vacation or a romantic getaway, like some of those cabins around the marina are real nice. Like I'm sure Mr. Rapp should take his wife down there for a nice weekend.
There you go. So she can outfish them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking because when we first met, I was like, John Rapp. And I'm like, and then it didn't dawn until I got home. I mean, I knew about your just putting everything together. I'm like, oh my God. I've known about Beth for a long time, and then I was like, when you talked about her, I was like, oh, I knew exactly who she is.
Yeah.
So she's kind of
you stalking John's wife.
She's kind of a deal, man. In our industry.
You stalking John's wife.
I mean, Beth is. She's been around. I mean, she's one of the old timers, old females, definitely. I mean, in this sport. She hasn't done a whole lot the last couple of years because of health injuries and injuries, but she's recovered well. We're hoping that she can get back out on the water this year some. So
you can't bring her with, but I mean, like, can't she just call off? I mean, even though this is on the internet,
you could have your husband on a show.
You could have the rap team, with the other person.
Yeah.
I may put my wig back on. Just say I'm the ugly version, So and go down as two different people,
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Think I can get away with that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you
totally.
Can do it, for sure, man.
Yeah,
you can get away with it.
We know the judges; they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I can I identify just for an hour as Beth or something?
Yeah.
Don't see why not.
She might disagree with that.
She did.
Yeah. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, man. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to hit us up. But let's talk about you, man. You run a club. What's the name of the club?
Well, I did run the club. I started up a club 4 years ago. It's the West Virginia Kayak Anglers. Look us up on Facebook. A buddy of mine has taken over the reins this year, and his name is Greg Kupfner. Greg's out of Parkersburg, and he is doing one hell of a good job getting things set up for this year. I applaud him. I know he's doing a lot of work, and you guys know what that is behind the scenes.
Yeah, man.
Our first tournament is going to be in April, and hopefully the weather will cooperate with us this year. Like all of us wish, we all keep an eye on, and but it's going to be on Mud Lake down in southern West Virginia. I think it's April 20th or something like that, and then we have our next tournament after that is right where I live at in Summersville, and we just found out earlier on Facebook that the location that we use, which is the Tractor Bar and Grill, they've been closed for the last year, and they're reopening on May 1st, which is perfect timing for us because our tournament is, I think, mid-May, May 16th, May 17th, something like that. So he'll have his crew up and running. And now you're talking about a good place to go. And if you guys ever want to hold a tournament in West Virginia, we'll hold it right there. So I'm really tickled. We started off with 6 people 4 years ago, and the idea behind the West Virginia Kayak Anglers at the time was it was a team-oriented club where you would get we would have tournaments just like what you're doing, but we do them the same day. You would do a individual tournament, but you would also have a teammate, and then you would score. You would do 2 scorecards, one for yourself and one for your team. And then when we did our awards banquet at the end of the day, we would do 2 separate awards ceremonies for the team and the individual. And
that's cool.
We did teams of 2 people. And again, that's what they're doing. That's what we're doing again this year. And we invite everybody from West Virginia. And the cool thing about our club, I mean, we had people come from all over Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and come up fish with us. So really, really cool that people did that and travel, because we would, a lot like you guys, we camp, we put out camping locations, and we always had one of the things we always did. We always had we would sponsor a charity at that event. So like we go down to Del Holla, like you guys were going, we would find a local charity like an animal shelter or something, and we would take a collection up and we would donate whatever we collected to them. So
that's cool, man. Giving back. That's what it's all about, man.
And that's what we tried to do. And Greg, I salute him. He's doing a great job, man. And things are not. He's stepped it up. He's taken what I started. He stepped it up, and I'm thrilled to death at what he's doing. So,
heck yeah, man.
And I want to say too, like I think at some of the national championships, you guys have been pretty prevalent there. There's like quite a few guys, I think, from your team, right, or from your club.
Yeah, we've had several people do well. But of course, the biggest name, the very first year we went there in 2016 is Matt Ball. Matt's a West Virginia boy.
I don't even know who that dude is.
Matt who?
Yeah. Nobody. I don't think.
I don't know.
Nobody knows who he is.
Come on, man. It's Matt Ball.
Yeah, Matt
Ball.
Matt is one of the best guys. That guy has helped me out like twice in some predicaments out there while we were in Jackson together.
He's awesome. Everything that he has done for the sport over the last 6-7 years has been totally awesome, and the growth of it can be attributed to a guy like Matt Ball every day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
for sure.
And then you got Jody Queen. Jody's a West Virginia boy. If nobody knows who Jody Queen is, then they live in a closet. So,
Jody who?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Is that the guy who's always stealing everybody's money?
Yes, that guy.
Yeah,
that guy.
That's the guy. So, man, I mean, we've got other guys. Beth was I think was the first female to ever win money at a national championship. In 2016, I think.
I think it was 15. Right?
15,
yeah, we looked that
15,
up the other night. I think
it's 15.
Yeah,
we had a discussion about that.
Yeah. She
2018.
Was it 18?
She right just there. Corrected you.
She is right there.
She's all over you, man. She's all over you.
She's like,
hey, since she's right there, John, who's the better fisherman, you or your wife?
Oh, Beth's definitely the better fisherman.
He still wants to sleep in the house.
Yeah. Especially, I'll give her all the credit in the world. I would never throw a damn Ned rig for the life of me. I mean, Matt Ball tried to get me to throw Ned rigs one day, and his buddy Coy Lehman handed me a pack. Said, "Here, you need to throw these." I said, "I'll stick with the Senko." So we were fishing a tournament on Taggart River. A lot of our tournament series, we would always include a lake and a river, and give people the options, because you guys know a lot of people. Yeah,
that's what we're doing for our stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people that get into the sport, they're not real comfortable to go hit a river with current. So you
Sure.
give them the opportunity to go hit a lake where they can feel a little bit more comfortable. Well, we were fishing right below the dam spillway, and it was flooded. It was a hell of a downpour, one of the bad floods, and I could not get a fish to bite to save my life because my Senko wasn't dropping. It was hitting that current. It was just floating. It was running.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting over there, and she's catching fish after fish. I think she caught like 7 fish in front of me, and I'm like, this is horse shit. She's like, I'm throwing a TRD. And I'm like, well, okay. I tried one after that, and I've never put them down since. I mean, Z-Man, they've got a hell of a product, and the TRDs seem to work. And with our type of waters, Virginia, I mean, it's a pretty good way to catch fish. So.
Yeah,
it seems to be like.
So yeah,
it just works everywhere.
She's the better fisherman than me.
Yeah. She's real. Look, she's in smacking distance too.
Smart man, John.
Like he's like she's right here. Just keep
smart
talking
man.
Good. He's like she's right here.
Hey, Big Daddy, I took advice from you.
Which one?
Both.
Two more,
Two more, Big Daddy.
Oh man. That's awesome, man. I love that team aspect that you guys brought to it, man. Because local club here, KBL, they started doing that. I think it was like 2 years ago, and they would just randomly pair you up with another member, and basically it wasn't cash prizes, but I think it was like the way it worked was like the top team that won or the top 2. Got free entry into the next tournament. So it was kind of cool. It was just like an added bonus or incentive, and it, they put it in place so that way, you would talk with another member in the club, maybe get to know somebody that you might not have normally talked to. So it's kind of cool, man. It helps, members in the small clubs get to know each other, and, they end up becoming fishing buddies, which is cool.
I think that is one of the things that set us apart in West Virginia. We did hand scoring. We didn't use Tourney X.
Okay.
For our live tournaments, for all of our online stuff, we had Tourney X until last year. Now, last year with COVID, I think we did use Tourney X once or twice at the beginning of the year. Then as things started opening back up toward the end of the year, we started doing hand scoring again. And I felt like that made it more personable.
Sure.
And, you got to talk about your fish to the other guys. He was scoring it and telling the story behind the catch instead of just uploading it online. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Tourney X, and I think it's a great tool. But sometimes – and – like what you guys, we both know, all three of us know, where we were at down on the river, there was no signal in Tennessee. So there's going to be when you'll have to, get back somewhere quick to upload your fish, and you didn't have that issue when guys didn't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
The tournament, they could just go fish. They knew how to come back. They got back in time. They were handed a score sheet. They filled it out, ordered their dinner, stuff like that. But again, and that's just one of the things that we did to try to make it more personable, and I think there's been a lot of friendships made. Because our club every year at the end of the year we had more than 150 members in that club, and our tournaments averaged between 50 and 90 people, at each tournament, live tournament.
That's cool.
So yeah. So it's a good thing, and I'm looking forward to this year because of all the COVID restrictions being let down a little bit, and and now that I'm not running a tournament or being a tournament director anymore, and being stuck behind a computer every weekend, checking fish or doing an advertisement or calling a camping ground, trying to set up stuff like you guys are well aware of.
Yep.
Now I'm freed up to go do the retreats like Yak Gadget did. and travel out of state. And that
Mhm.
I'm really, really looking forward to that. So
Sweet. That's nice.
Indeed.
you know, and I think, and the way we talked about it, guys, a lot of these companies out here that do pro staff could really, really benefit to learn and talk to Charles and John and learn what they did this weekend and what they did for the team.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
That was one hell of a thing that they did. They bonded with us. They learned who their guys are instead of just talking to them on the phone or through a messenger app, you know.
Mhm.
And get to know everybody's personalities. I thought it was. I've never been to a retreat like that. So
Yeah. I mean, I was really impressed. I mean, Charles, John, thank you very much.
you're welcome. Greg.
Appreciate it. The other John.
Yeah,
cool
there was
one.
like what, 4 Johns and like
Yeah, everyone's going by last names that was named John.
yeah.
So JT, thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, it was a really cool time. I mean, you don't see that a lot with a lot of companies now that bring their teams together. And there's a lot of reasons for that too. I'm not
Sure.
saying, not knocking anybody, but I mean, it was cool to see that happen with a company, that, really, is putting in the effort, to really know the guys and know everybody that's involved. And then also you get to know them,
Yeah.
which is important. And then, you kind of see where everybody's coming from, all these different spectrums and different places in the country. And, we're all different fishermen, but at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We all enjoy the same stuff, for the most part. And I don't know, it's just a really enjoyable time. Pretty cool. I really took it.
Yeah, man, it's interesting, right? Like the amount of ideas that flowed over the weekend and seeing John and Charles listen to that. You're going to see that company succeed.
Mm-hmm.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
It was pretty incredible. They understand the value that a team like us bring to them. And that was their way of saying thank you. And that was the thing too. Like, at the beginning, I think it was the first night we were all there, Charles was like, look, we're not talking business. We're here to relax, enjoy ourselves, say thank you. And we can talk about this at any given point in time. Let's just have fun this weekend,
Yeah.
And of course, us being who we are, we wanted to talk business regardless, about certain products, like things that we see that could be made that have a purpose, things that could be maybe adjusted just slightly, things like that, man. It was pretty cool. But I mean, in the end, we all had a great time. And just them showing appreciation,
Mm-hmm.
instead of, I've unfortunately been part of companies where it's like, you didn't post enough about our product this week. What's wrong with you? It's like, are you being for real right now? Like, are you freaking kidding me? Or you forgot to tag us in a post that didn't even have our product in it. I've gotten that before.
I've heard of those nightmares. I've never been associated with those groups, but I've heard of them. And I think we all are blessed to be on some really good teams. I know you guys are on New Canoe. I'm with the Feel Free team. And, I know the guys in North Carolina, of course, like I've said earlier, I've been with them going on 7 years. And I've seen the company just go from, being small to really just being a huge. And our team too. I mean, when I started, the team was, I think, like 28, 29 people. Now we're up into the 70s. So it's growing. And I mean, I know you guys can speak that about your teams as well, but when you have good companies, it's easy to talk about their products.
Oh, absolutely, man. And especially when they're continually coming out with stuff that's different and new and makes sense. Like that paddle and rod stager.
I was just gonna talk about that.
Like I've been talking about that nonstop, and Jay and I had an extensive conversation on our 9-hour drive home. Jay, I think, initiated that. He's like, dude, that cleaned up my deck so much.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And like
It made
myself. Oh, dude. And
well, I mean, you got to think though too. Like I was in a new boat, so I was in my Frontier 12 for the first time. And it's not like set up ideally like the way I want it set up because I got to wait for some parts and all that. But one of the big things was I had like 4 rods. And I didn't know what to do with them, and just again, I had a motor on there, and it was the kind of you had to reach behind, and so I couldn't really have my crate back there, so I had my crate up front and this and that, and then the next day, not only was it a beautiful day outside finally, but my deck cleaned up just with those 2 attachments, cleaned up the deck.
Yeah,
which was amazing. I loved it. I was so happy. I know I probably mentioned it like probably 3,000 times. But I mean
4,000.
I'm just going to say the product works. I mean, for the Frontier, what it did for me, considering what I was having to deal with anyway, because I mean, I was definitely out of my comfort zone on many levels, but then did get kind of comfortable. But I mean, yeah, it cleaned up the deck. I remember telling Charles and JT that it was like just that one product, like just made it so much more and more enjoyable for the day.
Well, I don't know about you guys. I'm old, right? And my sight isn't as good as it used to be. You saw my glasses earlier. I wished I would have had them on when I was down on the river. A few times I made that cast. It was probably a foot too long. It was on the bank on the river, and I had to go retrieve it off the limbs. And bro, I mean, having those rods staged down instead of up where they would have got in the trees. And I'm talking now. This is on my Feel Free Dorado. It made a world of difference. And I didn't get hung up or snagged up going in and retrieving those jammed up lures I had in the tree, and it made a big difference. It really did.
So I pulled up the photo of how relaxed Jay was on the water.
Yeah. What's funny? I remember Jimmy going like, I don't know if we're supposed to be hanging off the side that much. Like even Jimmy was saying that. I was like, well, this is happening. I was like, I don't know how else to go any further. I mean, I had that seat like sideways and I was leaning over, and I'm like a 250-pound dude. So, I mean, that just goes to show you how stable that platform is. And it was like more, like I said, less than ideal, but it worked. I mean, it's, I've been really looking forward to this setup. So I'm going to be real happy when I get it all together. But,
hey, Brian, what motor did you have on the back of yours?
I had a 50-pound thrust Minn Kota tiller motor that I kind of modified.
Because that thing was pushing you down the river hard.
Yeah.
He's flying.
Well, the hull of that Pursuit, man, that Pursuit is pretty quick. Like just paddling it's super fast. It's 13.5-foot long boat. But that 50-pound thrust Minn Kota, that's just, my cheap setup till I get an XI3.
but still though, I mean, even sitting back from me being a new owner of, the new Canoe, seeing you and the, cruising around and, out there with what the hell? Getting like
Pursuit.
Thank you. Jeez Louise. It's past my bedtime, folks. But the Pursuit, but it was cruising and it totally looked, I mean, when you really compare them, if you're going to put a motor on one of them, that's probably the one.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be able to cover a lot of ground. And I mean, and you're a big guy too.
Just wait till the Unlimited gets here.
Yes. I mean, this guy's like a giant, So
did you just call me fat?
No, well,
that's
where
else. I think he called you Big Daddy, didn't he?
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
But yeah, I mean, it's like that boat. I mean, that thing moves with a motor on it. I mean, what is that thing even rated for? Because I know that I read about the Frontiers in 80.
All the new canoes can run a I think it's rated up to a 3-horse or a 5-horse motor on the back. I think it's 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get yelled at now because
I don't know what that equation is to a
Thanks for
trolling
putting me
motor.
on the spot, Jay.
I don't know, but I know that like the Frontier, they say that you can run an 80-pound thrust on the back of that thing. And I know speed isn't everything, but I mean, you got some torque there.
Yeah.
Well, I've got that 1103 on order. I was talking to John, getting that stuff all rigged up. We were taking measurements from the back of the Dorado, so I can put that thing, get that Dorado up. And I mean, the Dorado comes with a motor, but I only got the pedal drive. But I want something that 3 horsepower. I want something that can push me. Not like you guys. I'm not a little man, and I want something to get me down the river in a heartbeat. So,
yeah, max power is 2.5 horsepower on the F12.
Okay,
2.5. So they got to deal with Honda. They sell Hondas F12 or 2.5 horse motors.
Gotcha.
Outboards, that is. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, Big Daddy.
Start slinging that around.
You like that word, don't you?
Oh,
I love it.
It's not just one word; it's 2.
That's right. That phrase.
That's right. Especially the way you seductively stroke your beard.
Yeah, that phrase. Hey, Big Daddy. That's what. Hey, 2 more, Big Daddy.
Oh man,
isn't Beth near you? Can she just whack you upside the head?
She's about 10 feet away. I'm safe right now. So
she's probably got something she could throw at you.
Yeah, I was gonna say objects fly, dude. They can reach you.
Oh man.
I really appreciate you guys letting me come on and hang out with you guys. I mean, it's just like an extension of us down there at the table the other night, being on your live show. It's been fun, and got to talk about. I'm really happy that you guys are taking something on a national level that's grassroots feeling.
Yeah, man.
You don't have. And I really feel like the West Virginia boys will just absolutely, after they got a taste of what you guys are doing, if we can get a few people down there, then they're really going to be like, hey, this is something that we want to do, because it's down to earth. You guys are down to earth. You're fun. There's no egos involved, and that's not trying to say anything bad about anybody else, but I'm just saying. I mean, it's just down. It's almost the way it was when I first started.
Amen.
And it's inviting, and it's welcoming, and it's not just for big time players. You're saying, hey, everybody's welcome, and I think once they see what you're going to do down there with the live presence that you're doing, with your like you see, I think you were talking about, if the signal's good, you were going to do a show down there.
Yep.
With the PD guys. So I think it's going to be pretty sweet. If I can't make it, I'll definitely be tuned in on the phone, watching everything you guys are doing, and getting a laugh or two with you. So
you better be there, Big Daddy. I'm going to need somebody to grab 2 more.
Yeah, this is true. I'm pretty sure like the show's gonna be real good, like probably around like 11 a.m. 12. And that'll be about the point where you lose count. Yeah, that looks like a 24-inch.
Oh man, yeah. Oh man, too fun, man. John, it's always a pleasure talking with you, my friend, man. I'm glad our worlds collided, and we call each other brothers, and sit down, have a conversation, have a good old time, and all that good stuff, man. If there's anybody you want to shout out, thank, sponsors, any of that good stuff, man, the floor is yours, brother.
Well, as I've been shouting out all night, feel free. Thank you for having me on your team, John and Charles, Nancy from Gadget. God bless you and thank you, and to my brand new friends at Paddle and Fin, I'm supporting you 100%. And if I can help you in any way, you always I can give you words of wisdom and support, and always 2 more. My boys and my family from the West Virginia Kayak Anglers, Looking forward to hanging out with you all year. And can't forget about my family that I've been retired from. You know, all my West Virginia State Troopers out there. Be safe out there. Always watch your six. And God bless you.
Amen, man. Yeah, buddy. Another epic show in the books, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, just a reminder, everybody get out there. Sign up. I'm telling you, sign up. Sign up. Stop waiting. Just do it.
Hey, man, we just had somebody sign up for the Clash of Clubs.
There you go. See?
Shout out to Reese Schneider.
Yeah, Reese, tell your friends, man.
See that?
Yeah.
See that?
See?
Awesome.
You get signed up, you get shout outs. Shout outs.
That's right.
Oh, man. Thank you, everybody who tuned in tonight. Those listening on the podcast, thank you so much. We will drop the links in the show notes for you guys for some of the stuff we talked about tonight. And, yeah, if anybody's got any questions, you want to hear from a future guest, any of that good stuff, feel free to hit us up. Jay, you got anything else?
If you're looking for lodging, remember to call the Eastport Marina, talk to Rich.
Eastport.
Yes.
.info. We dropped that link down in the thing, and then
give him a shout.
Richard also dropped a link to the barn that we were talking about. So check that out, man. There, and then we also did a video. It's on our YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go there now and do it.
Yeah. Help us get paid our 0.001%.
Yeah. But we actually did a video of the marina and talking about some of the stuff. We walked through some of the houseboats, the cabins. We got drone footage on there from when we were there in October. So go check that out on our YouTube channel as well.
Yeah. All right.
You good?
Yeah, good.
Jay was very talkative tonight. I want everybody to send Jay a message and say, you need to talk more. I really enjoyed tonight. Jay talked a lot.
I like to feel like I was responsible for that.
You were.
Yeah.
He feels comfortable talking to you, John. I noticed that.
Yeah, it's eerie, actually.
You guys got that Second Amendment bond going on, you know? Jay gets real comfortable when he knows about that.
I like my fellow gunslingers, you know.
we had that conversation for a couple hours out on the back of the truck.
Yep.
Hey, you know, and I'm really I still want to try to get up there with you guys. I still got to get a pike. I still have not got my bucket list pike. So when the season's starting to slow down, I'm gonna make a trip up there, guys.
I'm telling you, if there's one thing we can make happen, it's probably that.
Jay just guaranteed that.
That's right. Yep.
He said 40+ inch.
Oh,
I heard that.
I did not say that.
That would be epic.
I think we can get you like a good eater size around 25, 30.
That's a guarantee.
No, we can definitely. There's more 30s and stuff. If I think we're talking about fishing in your lake, I haven't even got a 40 out of there. So
fishing over there, yeah.
So
that's because I don't tell you where they're at.
It's like,
All right, boys and girls. Until next time, tight lines, smooth paddling. Peace. Thanks for tuning in to another killer episode on Paddle and Fin. Don't forget to go check out our website at paddle_and_fin.com. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel at Paddle and Fin. If you got a question, comment, want to hear from a future guest on a future episode, feel free to email us at paddle_and_fin@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Paddle and Fin on Facebook and Instagram. Shout out to our show supporters, Angler. The Angler button and app just makes for a better time on the water and creates a virtual logbook for every fishing outing out on the water. Shout out to Rocktown Adventures, located in Northern Illinois, for all your kayaking, camping, and hiking needs. Shout out to Jig Masters Jigs. When in doubt, get the jig out. Go to